Are limiting beliefs holding you back from living the highest version of yourself? Are they causing you to repeat patterns and stay in unhealthy relationships? Do you live in a constant state of fear, sadness, or anger? In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can identify your limiting beliefs and ways in which you can overcome them. My name is Michelle Lee, and I help people transform their lives through inner healing and overcoming limiting beliefs and patterns of behavior. So let's start with some basics. Here's Chester. What is a belief? A belief is merely a thought that is repeated over and over until it becomes so ingrained in our unconscious mind that it becomes an absolute truth. These can be concepts that we have learned from childhood through our parents and caregivers. It can be learned from our extended family, friends, and community, as well as society and the world in general. Some examples of these are children should be seen and not heard, the man is the head of the household, and crying is a sign of weakness. Beliefs shape our behavior and how we react and respond to circumstances and situations. For example, if I believe that I live in a safe neighborhood, I may leave my door to my house unlocked or the doors to my vehicle unlocked. I may feel comfortable going for a walk alone without fear of something bad happening. However, if I believe that I live in a dangerous neighborhood, I may have extra locks and security on my property and belongings, as well as fear going out alone and be hypervigilant to look for dangers when I am out. Limiting beliefs are those programmed beliefs that cause us to hold back from being our true authentic selves. This happens at a level just below the awareness. Have you ever been in a situation and afterwards thought, why did I act like that? This is because of your programming. Limiting beliefs generally fall into three categories. The first is a sense of lack, or I am not enough. The second is attachment to outcome. If a particular situation happens or I obtain a particular thing, then I'll be happy. The third category is a sense of control, believing that I have the control over those outcomes. Let's take a look at the first category, a sense of lack or not feeling like you're enough. This can play out in so many different forms and typically does for most people. I'm not tall enough, thin enough, fit enough. I am not attractive enough. I don't have enough money. I can't rely on other people. I am not enough to simply be loved. I am a bad person, or I need to be rescued because I can't figure things out on my own. Let me give you a few examples from my personal life. Pretty much it covers all of them. I felt like I had to get love from some external source to prove that I was worthy of being loved. I also felt like I had to have and believed that I needed to be rescued from every relationship and situation I was in, starting with being rescued from my abusive family home and upbringing to the point that I moved out as a senior in high school. I also then played that out in every relationship thereafter, including 3 marriages where I looked for someone else to rescue me and save me because I felt like I wasn't enough in order to do it on my own. The second category of limiting beliefs that might be holding you back is attachment to outcome. This plays out in beliefs such as, if only I get that car, job, house, promotion, relationship with that person, then I can live happy and fulfilled. However, what actually happens is once we obtain that desired outcome, there's only a momentary moment of happiness, and then we go back to feeling discontent and the need to chase the next. So we end up in this marathon of chasing desires that only ends up leaving us feeling unfulfilled. Some examples in my life of this second category is that I was chasing that love from external sources. And so if only I could obtain that commitment from that person, it would prove that I was worthy of love, and therefore we could live happily ever after. 3 failed marriages later shows me otherwise. Another good example is after getting my degree in social work, I desired to work in the school system. I chased this dream and thought this would be it, the schedule that would work best in my life, especially being a mom, that I could do other things such as take care of myself and exercise and live a joyful life. If only I could get that school job. And after 20 years of chasing it, I landed it right in the middle of the pandemic. And most educators had informed me that last school year, 2021 to 2022 was the worst year of their career. So my introduction to it kind of left me feeling less than fulfilled and happy. The third category of these limiting beliefs is that of control of the outcome. If I can just get things to play out a certain way, that I can achieve that desired outcome and live a happy, fulfilled life. A personal example for me in this category is the belief that if I went to college, got a degree, got married, obtained a good job in my field, then I could have good health insurance, create a nice home, then have children, and live happily ever after. Guess what? Like I mentioned, the divorces. I still was unfulfilled. I was chasing that love and trying to get that from external sources, ended up leaving my marriages, having to share custody of my kids, which is something that I never thought I would do. Lived with guilt and shame and turned to alcohol to numb it all. So, how do we overcome these limiting beliefs? First of all, we have to have an awareness. Hopefully, I have helped you with maybe identifying some of your limiting beliefs by giving examples from my life and general examples that occur in a lot of people's lives. That's a good start. Another way to identify these limiting beliefs is to pay attention to your emotions. Emotions are great clues to our unconscious patterns and conditioning. When we feel sadness, anger, or fear, it can clue us in to what might be underlying how we reacted or acted in a particular situation. So being able to reflect on those circumstances and ask yourself, was I operating out of some sense of lack or that belief that I'm not enough? Was it an attempt to control a situation? Or was it an attachment to a desired outcome? A book that helped me once I started my spiritual awakening journey is Glennon Doyle's Untamed. Let me just say, I'm a goddamn cheetah. And this woman in this book changed my life. It helps you to identify a lot of patterns that are unconscious and referring back to these limiting beliefs. She also has an accompanying journal that helps you to identify what you learned about love and relationships, what you learned about how to be a child, how to be a girl or a boy, what you learned about what it means to be a parent, what you learned about what it means to be a spouse. It really helps you dig deeper. It was a big help for me. Once you are able to identify your limiting beliefs, then you can start to reprogram your mind. Because remember, a belief is simply a thought that is repeated over and over until it becomes so ingrained and therefore an absolute truth. We have the power to rewrite our story. Therapy helped me a lot. Been through therapy multiple times throughout my life. I have been a therapist for over 20 years. I believe therapy helps. But for me, what really made me look at, not just become aware of, but also kind of unearth and purge those limiting beliefs was going through the dark night of the soul or ego death on my spiritual awakening journey that started in 2020. This journey caused me to question everything in my life, what the root cause was and how it was playing out, and I began to see things really clearly. It was also really painful. So if you're going through this stage in your spiritual awakening, just know that you are on the right path and you are going to get to a space where you feel more whole and healthy and at peace. A key component to help me identify and really dig deep and purge those limiting beliefs is meditation. For me, this is key to everything. It allows you to get in touch with your deeper inner self, purge what isn't working after you've become aware of it, and then have just that self-love that is left. Meditation is key. Another component that helped me was journaling, being able to write things down. There's something about putting pen or pencil to paper that just causes your brain to integrate that at a deeper level than just thinking it or saying it out loud. So during some of my darkest times, I wrote this paragraph on how I was beginning to feel about myself and what I wanted to create for my new beliefs about who I was and who I was becoming. I read this every day, multiple times a day, and then memorized it until it really sank in and over time became my new belief system. This is that paragraph. I am a worthy, beautiful human who is enough. I am whole and complete, all on my own. I deserve peace, love, joy, and laughter. I deserve someone's time and attention as a partner. I love the person I am and who I'm becoming, as it is the healthiest version of me so far. This paragraph changed my inner workings, my unconscious patterns and beliefs, and purged those limiting beliefs. One of the limiting beliefs I had from early on was that I couldn't rely on anybody. I had to do everything on my own. I've been able to change that from a statement of, I can't count on anybody else, to, I can always count on myself. I will always be there for me. Music has always also been therapeutic, and a song that really resonated with me was Demi Lovato's I Still Have Me. Check it out if you need to feel this deeper sense of support for yourself. And just remember, you are enough and that you will always be there for you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. If this video resonated with you, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you are notified when I have posted a new video. Also, if you would like to leave a comment and write down one of your limiting beliefs that you were able to identify today, and then rewrite it the way that you would like it to be, even if you don't believe it yet, I believe in you. Until next time, peace and love.